Exciting times, my friend WondLa. I watched it with I was telling Jeanine last week, I watched it with my daughter. We enjoyed it. She loved Diva and everything. What's your thoughts on all this going into the project like this? I want to know, like, first of all, like, what drew you to adapt WondLa and bring it to an animated series?
How old's your daughter?
9 years old.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know exactly what age Tony DiCilisi's daughter was when he wrote the book. I think she may have been around, or maybe a little bit younger. But he wrote the books. Again, he can speak to it more than me, but I know that because we've talked about it as as sort of like the idea that he's going to raise his daughter as best he can as a parent, and then send his daughter out into the world without him, and she's going to find challenges and things that he may or may not have been able to prepare her for. And so he took that idea and kind of blew it up into this crazy exaggerated version of that, right? A character just raised in an underground bunker by a robot, and then it goes out into a world that isn't what she was promised it would be, and has to navigate it. And I have a daughter as well, same age as Tony's, and so it was easy to sort of like jump into his inspiration for the story, because at the end of the day, we're asking our audience to connect both emotionally and sort of from a goal standpoint with the character and go on that journey with them. So it's great to be able to connect with the character directly through my own daughter, and again, Tony D through his daughter.
As a showrunner and executive producer, any challenges try to bring like the world of Orbona? I was curious about that. How do you bring something like that to life?
Oh, it's easy. No, it's crazy hard, crazy. I've done a lot of different shows, and most of the
Yeah.
shows I've worked on to date are episodic. You every episode is sort of kind of self-contained. There might be sort of a horizon goal for the characters, and a lot of times recurring locations, like more like a sitcom, right, where you're recurring locations. In this case, Tony DiCilisi made this huge world, and I'd never done a serialized show, so it was an exciting challenge for me and the whole team to realize this huge world. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger as we go. And Skydance Animation, with the support of Apple TV Plus, really gave us the sort of like, go for it kind of attitude to try to aim for like a feature quality look of picture and a feature quality depth of storytelling. And I might even say beyond feature quality depth of storytelling, because we have more time than a feature. So this sort of limited series world really allows you to explore a lot more character sort of interactions and depths and relationships, and take them multiple places. And so it was great, and everybody was on board from day one. It was a huge challenge, but everybody sort of like was willing to take it on.
Amazing. Let's talk a little about the characters and the casting also. Like I mentioned, I spoke to Jeanine earlier. Like, what were you looking for during casting for like the qualities for a person to voice somebody like Eva to bring the character to life? Like, what were you looking for?
Well, the challenge is, from an animation standpoint, is to get it's the first thing you want to do is make sure that voice sounds like it's coming out of that character. So we
Mm,
might have a character. We often have a character design before we've cast, and then we'll play the voice. Sometimes we don't even know who the actor is. Often we don't, and just to see, does that feel like that voice is coming out of that
okay.
character? Janine was fantastic because the character has to play so many ranges of, like, from loss to, whatever, name the emotion. We're going to hit it,
Yeah.
and so Janine just nailed it, and she was great fun to work with. A little sort of like inside baseball is we had over 250 recording sessions for
Wow.
the show. That's a lot.
Mm,
And that's the commitment not only from Skydance culture of iterating and keep working the story. Can it get better? Can we make it better? Can we make it better? Rewriting, changing, adjusting, and the actor's willingness to come in and do the same scene the third, fourth, fifth time. And why are we doing this again? Oh, because this idea, that idea, this thing happened. So Jeannie was on board for that. Teri Hatcher as Muthr, that was a no-brainer because Teri's awesome. She also did the audiobooks. She recorded the audiobooks
wow.
for the WondLa series. So she had already lived in the world and had already kind of been the voice of Muthr in the books. So and I'd worked with Teri before. Teri's great, lovely actress, and again, super committed to bringing that character to life. And then there's Brad Garrett. Alan makes a brief appearance in the first episode. Gary Anthony Williams, who played Rovender, was great. Yeah, it was a fun cast, and everybody was on board for playing in the world.
I love how the series also blends like, science fiction, adventure. How did you decide to balance these elements throughout the series for like a compelling story?
Well, everything's driven by emotion, and
Okay.
emotion drives character, and character drives story. So at the end of the day, every choice is based on an emotion, that's easy to say and hard to do and keep track of. That said, you're working with fantastic artists who want to sort of crack open a world and things like that. So we because Apple is committed to multiple seasons, and so we were able to plan this story out over a lot of episodes. That said, we wanted to make sure every season had was satisfying thematically, and of course every episode is as well. So in this first season, we really focused on family. Eva's looking for humans. Is she the last human? Is she not? And how does she define family? She defines it in one way in the beginning, and defines it in a different way at the end. So you look for those things, and then just crack it open and have a good time.
For behind the scenes, what's been like your favorite moment working on a series like this? Like what stands out to you?
Actually, working with Tony DiCerlisi was great because of his willingness to let us play with his toys, right? It's like we went to Tony's house and he's letting us play with his toys, and he's got all these cool toys. So Tony's just inspirational attitude towards evolving the story and characters, that maybe we do something literally that as he did it, and maybe we want to evolve something that he did, and he was right alongside with us. So that was great, having the creator of the world be willing to evolve it with us.
Last question. What are you hoping for when the viewers tune in to watch this? What are you hoping to get out of the series?
A sense of wonder, surprise. We worked really hard to deliver, like I said, a feature quality look of picture, depth of storytelling. So the surprise that it's something that can speak to all ages, all those things. Because we really wanted to give the audience like a feature level experience, and depth of storytelling with the characters that they might not necessarily usually expect from an animated series.
Amazing. Bobs, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today on Press Day. Good luck with the series. I know we have a couple seasons coming up, so I'm sure everybody's gonna be excited.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Cheers. Bye.